My wife's brother's new girlfriend mocked me at dinner, and everyone laughed. My wife's dad told me to stop making his family look bad, so I let them mock me, until she mentioned her job. Then I pulled out my phone and watched their smiles fade. The laughter around the dinner table stopped the moment I pulled out my phone. Sarah's new girlfriend, the one who'd been mocking me for the past 20 minutes, suddenly went very quiet. My father-in-law, who just told me to stop making his family look bad, was staring at my screen with his mouth open. My wife Jessica's hand froze halfway to her wine glass. And Brandon, my brother-in-law, who'd been encouraging his girlfriend's attacks all evening, looked like he just swallowed something rotten. My name is Tyler Morrison. I'm 36 years old, and until that Sunday dinner at my in-laws' house, I thought I'd married into a decent family. I'd been with Jessica for 8 years, married for 5, and I'd spent those years bending over backward to fit into the Patterson family dynamic. They were old-money Connecticut blue bloodoods who never let you forget they came from something better than wherever you crawled out of. I came from a working-class neighborhood in Hartford where my dad drove trucks and my mom worked as a cashier at Stop and Shop. But I'd built something. Started my own logistics consulting firm at 28. Grew it into a multi-million-dollar operation by 32 and now employed 47 people across 3 offices. The Pattersons knew this, but they never acknowledged it. To them, I was still the kid from the wrong side of town who got lucky. The dinner started normally enough. Jessica and I arrived at her parents' house in Westport at 6 o'clock, just like we did every other Sunday. The place was a sprawling colonial that looked like it belonged in a magazine spread. Her father, Richard Patterson, owned a chain of car dealerships across Connecticut. Her mother, Victoria, spent her days volunteering for charity boards and planning fundraising galas. Brandon, Jessica's younger brother, was already there when we arrived. He was 29, worked in sales at one of his father's dealerships, and had a new girlfriend every few months. This time, he'd brought Sarah Kingsley, a 26-year-old who worked in marketing, according to the introduction Victoria gave when we walked into the dining room. Sarah was attractive in that polished way some women spend hours achieving. Perfectly straightened blonde hair, designer dress that probably costs more than most people's monthly rent, and the kind of confidence that comes from never being told no in your entire life. "Tyler," Victoria said as we took our seats, "Sarah works for Ashton & Pierce, you know, the marketing firm downtown." I nodded politely. "Nice to meet you, Sarah." She smiled, but it didn't reach her eyes. "You, too. Brandon's told me so much about his family." The first 20 minutes of dinner passed with the usual Patterson family conversation. Richard talked about sales numbers at the dealerships. Victoria discussed the upcoming charity auction she was organizing. Brandon bragged about some big sale he'd made that week. Jessica talked about her work as an interior designer. Nobody asked me about my business. That was normal. The Pattersons had a way of making you feel like you weren't quite worth their attention unless you were serving them in some way. Then Sarah started. "So Tyler," she said, cutting into her salmon with precise movements,